Hello, today we're going to be solving right triangles. Earlier this week, we used Pythagorean theorem to solve triangles with two known sides, and then we used 45, 45, 90, and 30, 60, 90 triangles to solve triangles such as those. So today, the question is, how do we solve a triangle where we only know one side and one angle? So, as you remember from IM2, we are introduced to sine, cosine, and tangent. Those are ratios between angles and sides. So when we look here, we need to look at what we have. We have 20 degrees and we have 5. So if we look at the relationship between 20 and 5, we know that 5 is adjacent to 20 degrees because it means beside. And any angle that is opposite to 90 degrees will always be the hypotenuse. So here, how can we relate 20 degrees, 5, and our hypotenuse? Well, that would be cosine, because cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And in this case, theta is just our angle. And the angle that we're talking specifically here is angle B. So angle B is 20 degrees. The length of our hypotenuse side, the length of the side adjacent to 20 is 5. And our hypotenuse is C. We don't know what that is. So our goal is, how do we solve for C? So you have to think about the inverse of 5 divided by C. So if we want to get rid of C, instead of dividing by C, we need to multiply by C. And multiplying by C just makes it a little more approachable to solve for C. So now what you need to know is that cosine of 20 is a number. So if you want to get rid of that, what's the inverse of C times cosine of 20? Well, you would just divide. So C equals 5 divided by cosine of 20. And now we'll use our calculator to find out what this is, and we get 5.32. And that's when I rounded it to the hundredths. So that is cool that we have 5.32. So now our next goal is we need to solve for B. So the issue here is, it's not an issue, it's a good dilemma, it's a good option. We could use Pythagorean theorem to solve for B if we wanted to. But we want to get more practice using trig ratios. So what we're going to do is, we are going to, first of all, we're going to solve for A. And I hope that we see that A is 70 degrees because we know that 3 angles in a triangle add up to 180. You already have one 90-degree angle, so 20 plus 70 will also give you 90. So we can continue to use 20 degrees if we want, but just to show you the flexibility that we have in this process, I'm going to choose to look at 70. So I'm going to look at 70 and B. And once again, what's the relationship between 70 degrees and B? Well, they're adjacent to each other. And what's the relationship between 70 degrees and 5? They're opposite. So which trigonometric ratio relates an angle, an opposite side, and adjacent? Well, that would be tangent. Just opposite over adjacent. So we have tangent of 70 degrees equals 5 over B. We're going to do what we did before and multiply both sides by B. And then we will divide by tan 70. And we'll put that in our calculator and we will get 1.82. So we got B equals 1.82. We got C equals 5.32 from earlier. And we have angle A equals 70 degrees. So the instructions might tell you what to solve for, but here we solved the whole triangle, which we found everything that we didn't know earlier. So that's how you solve right triangles. Do not forget sine, cosine, tangent. You can remember SOHCAHTOA. It just takes practice and time to get comfortable with that.